the recession forcing many Americans to pinch their pennies tighter than ever, usually the first thing to go is that gym membership. With us this morning to give us some cheap calorie-burning muscle-building workouts is our 2 News fitness expert, Wes Cole. I know money is a big issue for people these days, so let's talk about some ways you can still work out at home.
Yeah, some cheap ways that don't require real expensive equipment. I got some good ones for you.
All right, the first one is the card workout.
Now, we've demonstrated it before, but I think I need to explain it a little bit more because people are always giving me a bunch of questions. But basically, all you need is just a deck of cards. And this is one of my wife's favorite routines. She used it to kind of get in shape after she had the baby. Basically, you just make sure you shuffle them up real well, and you just go through the whole thing doing a series of exercises. If you flip it and there's a number card, say a red number card, that could be upper body. You can do jump squats. Then you switch it back up again. Any type of black number card can be lower body, and you just keep going back and forth. You might get 3 or 4 lower body exercises in a row and really get a good burn, and then you might switch it. You know, aces and jokers can maybe, you know, a calisthenics of another sort, maybe crunches or something. But if you go through the whole thing, I guarantee, or even half a deck, I mean, that's a good workout. It was invented by a wrestler, so it's also a very good cardio workout. But it's kind of a new twist, kind of a fun way to do maybe a workout at home. And like I said, a deck of cards will only run you maybe a couple of dollars.
Yeah, so a lot of variety,
yes,
too.
Yes, it's a cheap way to stay in shape.
Exactly. All right, the second tip you have is the jump rope.
Well, I get questions. People call me all the time. What kind of treadmill do I need to get? Elliptical. But, you know, elliptical, especially the good kinds, they can range anywhere from $2 to $4 grand.
Oh,
so,
wow.
So, I mean, that's a big commitment. But it's worth mentioning that the jump rope still, to this day, even after all of our advancements, that's still one of the top calorie burners. You can burn up to 1,000 calories an hour jumping rope. And the jump rope just won't cost you very much. Kyle's going to demonstrate right here. Now, jumping rope, if you haven't done it since grade school, it's a little bit harder. As you can see Kyle right here, he's barely hopping up. So jumping rope isn't a real high-impact exercise like a lot of people say. I'd recommend doing 3-4 minute rounds, resting a little bit, doing 10-15 minutes solid of jumping rope. It's pretty hard, but I'm telling you, thank you, Kyle. If you can get in shape where you can go half an hour or 20 or 30 minutes, I'm telling you, it'll burn some calories.
And it looks pretty easy.
It does. I mean, it takes a little bit of time to get used to it, but, you know, just a basic little hop, I guarantee it'll be good. And that's a high-quality jump rope. That'll cost them only about $40, and a cheaper one, maybe
Not
$20.
bad. Exactly.
It's a good deal.
All right, the third tip, group training.
Now, group training is, in my opinion, one of the best things. There's a lot of people psychologically that just can't find time or find a way, find motivation to work out at home. So it's really worth mentioning that maybe thinking about, you know, maybe looking at a gym. I talked to a lady that she lost over 65 pounds doing spin classes 3 or 4 times a week, and she did it at a local Y. It was very affordable, very cheap. And so it's worth kind of looking before you give up your gym membership. I tell people all the time that if your gym membership's a little too expensive, look around, because right now it's a buyer's market, and there's a lot of gyms, a lot of local little clubs that they'll work with you.
Exactly.
So,
they want some business.
They do, right now especially.
All right, let's go to our viewer questions. We have a question from Greg who asks, can I get really strong only by using body weight exercises?
Of course. The problem with body weight exercises, as one kind of develops and gets stronger, push-ups and sit-ups and crunches, they become more endurance exercises. So eventually you'll have to make them a little bit harder. But I guarantee you there are some body weight exercises that can challenge even the strongest guy. For example, right here, Kyle, we've done a lot like a basic jump squat. Kyle, go ahead and demonstrate a jump squat. Okay? Just like that. It's a pretty good exercise, but as you get comfortable with it, oftentimes people just get too strong and go ahead and go right into a single leg squat. This right here is very hard. Okay? But like I said, there's always ways that you can manipulate body weight exercises. We'll do maybe another segment someday on advanced lifts like that, but I guarantee you there's some great ways. You just want to make sure that you're ready for it before you start.
And the last question is from Ariana. Why am I hurting my back when I do squats?
I see people do squats in the gym all the time, and probably one of the biggest reasons, Beth, come on out here. This right here is probably one of the #1 reasons people hurt themselves on the squat. As you can see, when Beth comes down, what happens is when people go down and then they lift their hips up before they actually go all the way up. And as you can see right here, just freeze. This is putting all the pressure on your back. All that weight is driving straight down.
Ow.
And that's one of the reasons why people hurt their back so much on squats. Make sure when you go down low, keep the weight at the center of your foot, and make sure your hips and your shoulders raise up at the same time. That way you'll be able to isolate the glutes and the quadriceps. It'll be a great workout.
Gotcha.
But just be very, very careful.
Very effective.
Be very careful. Make sure you have the technique down before you load a lot of weight on your back.
All right. Well, thanks so much for that advice. And if you have a question that you'd like Wes to answer, just go to the health section of our website, kjrh.com, or call Wes, or even visit him at his gym, 46th, just east of Sheridan.